7, 8 months for you, and
Hmm.
how far have you come since you got here?
Yeah, I thought the spring was a great opportunity for me to learn. Getting here in January, I thought that that really helped me get a head start in the playbook, and then just lifting with Coach Mick, like my body's completely different from the time I got here. And then spring ball went really well. I felt like a lot of it was just getting adjusted to how things are run here and learn the playbook, like I said. And then I feel like around practice 11, 12, I started to hit my stride and started to get comfortable. And then I felt like I did pretty good in the spring game too. So just trying to use that momentum going into the summer. And I felt like I had a really good productive summer as well. So.
What's it like as somebody to come in and get your hands on that playbook for the first time? And
Mhm.
you said maybe 11 or 12 practices you felt comfortable, but
Right.
there's still probably a lot more to do
Right.
picking up some of the
Exactly.
film.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a lot to learn coming in with the protections and all the plays. But I felt like the coaching staff did a great job of bringing me in and getting me going right away. And I felt like that helped my learning process. And then I think as time gets on, you get more comfortable with it. So obviously, there's still a lot to learn, but I feel like I'm adjusted a lot better than I was. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel like we all thrive off each other, like you said, and I feel like the competition is bringing out the best in all of us. And that was the big thing. I mean, coming in, I didn't really know how the room was going to be, but then, I mean, they took me under their wing right away. So it was a good deal. Hmm. Right. I mean, that's really up for the coaches to decide, but I feel like just taking care of what I can take care of, being a leader and controlling all the things that take no talent. Being on time, being accountable, and things like that. I think are definitely some of the areas I'm trying to focus in on, and then just getting to a point where I know the playbook like the back of my hand. And I can just let my talent speak for itself. I mean, I've definitely made a lot of strides since the time I got here, but at the same time, like I'm nowhere near where I want to be with it. I think there's still a lot of learning. I mean, shoot, even 3 years from now, I'm still going to be saying I want to learn more. So I think that's the biggest thing is just continuing to learn and not putting like a ceiling on anything.
Kyle, can you reflect on your recruitment a little bit?
Hmm.
Coach Day seemed like he had kind of his pick of a lot of highly rated quarterbacks. He picked you. Speak on that a little bit, and then why did you like Ohio State?
Right. I mean, my recruitment really started early after my sophomore year. As soon as Coach Day got the job after that Rose Bowl game in 2019, he reached out to me and they were recruiting me pretty hard. And then I came on a visit early on in February, and I really liked the campus and I really liked the coaching staff and everything. And then I went back home and got offers from a few other schools, and then came back out for the spring game. And that's really when I knew that I wanted to commit, and he gave me the green light. And I feel like anytime a coach like Coach Day and at a school like Ohio State gives you the green light to commit, you really can't turn that down. Um, and so I just shut the process down right there, and then and pulled the trigger.
Growing up, were you a Penn State fan, or who did you root for
No,
growing up?
I was a Rutgers fan growing up because my dad played there, so I grew up going to the games up there in New Brunswick. But it definitely it's different. It definitely is different.
Kyle, with the news yesterday, you're essentially going to have four freshman quarterbacks. Obviously, some were here last year, some
Right.
weren't, and then one's not here yet.
Mhm.
That's one of the most unusual quarterback circumstances I've ever heard. What's
Mhm.
it like to be a part of that, and how does it change or affect you as you move into a new year, understanding that's going to be extraordinary and team competition?
Right. I don't think it will change anything. I mean, obviously, the three guys that are here now have just been competing the entire time, and I think even if you add another guy, it's still going to be the same competition every single day. And so I think that brings out the best in all of us. So I wouldn't say it changes too much. I think we're just still going to compete and go forward from that.
Have you met Quinn?
Yeah, I have.
What's your relationship like with him, and maybe your evaluation of him as a player?
I've only met him a few times, but he's really cool, really talented. So I'm excited for him to get on campus and we can build that relationship from there.
Kyle, what's it like competing for this job as a true freshman?
It's crazy. I mean, I think when you take a step back and look at it, and see all the great quarterbacks and the great players that have come through this program, and then to have an opportunity to compete for the job, the second you step on campus is something that not a lot of guys can say they had that opportunity. So I'm excited for it, excited for what the future holds, and just trying to make the most of every opportunity.
How do you approach this? Like, do you view this as like, hey, this is my opportunity to win the starting job right now, or do you look at it, well, whatever happens, I could still have another opportunity in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get better every single day and focus on myself, and whatever happens, happens. And just trying to put the best version of myself out there in the field, and not getting too caught up in the competition. I think we definitely push each other, but I wouldn't say, I wake up every day and I'm like, oh, I got to win this job, I got to win this job. I wouldn't say there's pressure on me like that. I think the biggest thing for me is that if I just continue to develop and continue to stay at the pace that I'm at, I'll be in a good position however it works out.
Is it hard not to get caught up in that?
I mean, yes and no. I feel like, the second you open Instagram or Twitter, it's like thrown in your face. But I feel like I do a good job of staying away from it and focusing on what's important.
How do you do that? What do you do that kind of helps you focus on that and not look over your shoulder?
Yeah, I'd say the people in my corner definitely help me keep me grounded. My family and close friends definitely, uh, don't allow me to kind of fall into that trap, and they keep me focused on what's important. But like you said, it is all over social media. But I think it's just a mindset to not focus on it.
Kyle, how important was it for you to get here in January as opposed to thinking about what
Right.
could have been if you came here in June?
Right. I mean, it was huge. Like, I can't even imagine where I'd be at if I didn't come in the winter. I think that, coming in the winter just allowed me to get a head start in everything, whether it was the playbook or lifting and just adjusting to college life in general. I think that was huge. So I think that was huge for me, and I really can't imagine. Like, I would be a lot farther behind in my development if I haven't come in January.
With a room with more freshman quarterbacks coming up, like how has someone become a leader in that group? What do you guys have to do to separate yourself? Not necessarily so you can get on the
Right.
field, but in the locker room and practice.
Hmm. A lot of things. I think the biggest thing would just be accountability. I think if the guys see you working hard and the guys see you, talking what you preach, and actually doing it, I think that's huge. So just focusing on working hard, and I feel like with that, it gives you the opportunity to speak up and be heard, and then guys buy into what you're saying. So I think the biggest thing is just working hard and showing the guys that you're actually about what you're saying.
Kyle, what have the coaches told you guys about the qualities, the attributes they're looking for out of you guys to win the starting job?
Yeah, I think it's, on and off the field, it's everything that goes into it. I think being a quarterback, especially at a school like this, is much more than, just how well can you throw the ball. I think it's, how well do you lead the team? Do you lead by example? Do you step up and say the right things when the time presents itself? Do you do the right things off the field? So I think just the combination of all those things are really important, and that's kind of what they've been preaching.
Kyle, you've been a star quarterback for a long time. The last few months, has it been almost a little humbling to come into the program and just be another one of the guys for a few months?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is different going from high school, and you're the guy at your high school, and you're the most talented guy when you step on the field, and then coming here and there's talent all over, and you step on the field and there's multiple first round picks. So I think that definitely is a little bit of an adjustment, but I think it's a great adjustment, and it'll get you ready to play in the NFL or wherever. I think if you can play here, you can play anywhere.
It's been seen kind of a little bit in this offseason as maybe the underdog in the quarterback race. Do you use that for yourself? You probably haven't been an underdog very often in the
Hmm.
last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way you could say that. But I think just coming in and working hard and just putting your mind on what's important, like I said, I think that's just the biggest thing. I wouldn't say I'm using like an outside narrative to motivate me. I feel like that I'm a really self-motivated person. Um, but I guess in a way you could say that.
Kyle, it's been a transformational summer for student athletes overall with the Vikings
Right.
team. Just today they announced uh, jerseys are going to be sold
Hmm.
that have your name and number on it.
Right.
You profit from that. How has that affected? How have you all discussed that amongst each other about the changes and how you want to try to utilize it,
Hmm.
make something from it,
Right.
but put it in a proper perspective?
Yeah, I think that's long overdue. I mean, it's just kind of perfect timing with me getting on campus and then us being allowed to make money off our name, image, and likeness. But I think it's long overdue, and it's something that I think is going to change college football because I think certain teams will be able to market themselves better in that aspect than other schools. But I think it's long overdue. I mean, it should have been happening, years ago. So it's good to see that it's happening now and that it's going into full effect. And I'm happy to see my teammates and friends I'm close with at other schools capitalizing off of that, and making some money.
Looking forward to seeing somebody in the stands with your
I definitely, yeah,
and somebody not related to you.
yeah, I definitely.
Kyle, you knew a long time before you got here what kind of physical challenge awaited you as far as the quarterback position
Right.
you played on. Has the mental challenge been different than what you expected? And then obviously, as someone alluded to before, in the past week now, it's starting to seem to change again a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, I knew I was going to compete for, everything, and that was my mindset coming in. So I expected that, and I knew exactly what it was going to be when I came in. So, nothing's a surprise in that aspect. So I think just coming in with that mindset of, nothing's going to be given to me, I have to earn everything is kind of where I came in and then where I'm at now. I would say, I'm at the same place mentally. So I feel like it's definitely been a challenge at some points, but when my mindset is on the right things, I feel like I'm very dialed in.
You mentioned the physical transformation with Coach Maradi this summer. Can you give us some details of either some measurements or just how
Right.
you noticed that?
Yeah, I came in the winter around like 208, 209, and then now I weighed in today at 219. So put on some really good weight. I feel stronger, faster, all that. So just trying to get my body in the best place for a season that I could possibly get it in. I felt like I did a great job, and now I think it's just about maintaining it, eating right, and continuing to make sure that I'm staying where I need to be.
How does an extra 10 pounds make you a better quarterback?
I think just with everything, whether it's taking hits or creating more power, throwing the ball and running and all that. So I think just adding weight, especially good weight like that, I think was huge, and I can feel it. When I throw it, it's becoming a little more effortless, and I feel more flexible and all that. So just in every year, I think I've taken a step up.
How much easier iron sharpens iron, and how has this battle been to make you get better?
Yeah, definitely. When you have two other really talented guys that you're competing with, I think it forces you to bring the best out of yourself. And I think they'd say the same thing, that we're all competing with each other, but at the same time, I think we're all making each other better.
There's no secret that you want this starting job, right?
Hmm.
Another OSU quarterback a couple years ago, Joe Burrow, said, "I want to play," and then he ended up going on a plan and winning the Heisman.
Hmm.
How important is it to have this good camp and to cement your place here at Ohio State?
Yeah, I think just for myself to go out and have a good camp. And I mean, the biggest thing for me is just continuing to get better, and then doing whatever I can do to help this team win, and whatever my role is, that's what I'm focused on. So I couldn't tell you exactly what my role will be yet, but just gonna work as hard as I can, and then whenever I find out, I'm gonna attack that.
Do you feel like you have complete control of the offense and a complete handle on it?
I would say right now I'm at a much better position than I am. I wouldn't say I'm at 100%. I don't know if I'll ever be at 100%, because I just want to continue to learn, and I don't think there's like a cap you can put on that. But I feel like I'm in a really good position mentally with the offense, and I've learned a ton since I've come in, and it's starting to come by second nature now. So.
When did you start to feel good about that?
I would really say towards like the end of spring, around practice 11, 12, 13. That's when I really felt comfortable and felt like my talent started to show rather than like thinking out there in the field. So I feel like that's where I want to be mentally, and I feel like that's, you know, when you're there mentally, I feel like that really allows you to play freely.
How are those guys making you better?
Yeah, I think just coming out and talking to them when I first got here, they really helped me, learn the playbook and giving me little tips here and there, and then just out in the practice field with them is really good just to see how they do things, and then you can pick up little things off of their game. So I think we've all helped each other get better, especially over the spring and the summer.
Kyle, how much easier has this transition been for you the last few months with Marvin on defense?
Yeah, I mean that's been my guy since the very start of high school, and coming in together and being roommates, I think that definitely helps the transition a lot smoother coming in with your best friend. And so just seeing him work, and I think that motivates me to work harder. And so I think we've always had that kind of relationship of iron sharpens iron since high school, and I think now that we've gotten in college, we've taken it a step up, and I think that's really helped us kind of ease into college a lot better. Right, yeah, it's me, Marvin, Jaden Ballard, and Emeka.
So how nice is that to be able to form that bond off the field while you're
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome living with them and having that opportunity of living with guys who, if you wanted to come back later, I mean, we come back to the facility pretty much every single day and getting extra work in and throwing together. And so I think just getting that chemistry down, and I mean, we're all in it together at the end of the day. I mean, I might play a different position than them, but, we're still learning the same offense. And talking to them, I get the details of receiver, where they're breaking their route and what their landmark is in here, and then I can tell them, what I'm thinking and what my read is. So just having that relationship on the field, I think, is huge. And then, I mean, they're all great guys off the field, so that's big as well.
Kyle, what's it going to take? What's it going to take in your mind? What's it going to take to win the starting job this fall?
Uh,
Easy question.
yeah, I mean, that's a loaded question, but I'd say just focusing on myself. I'm confident in myself that if I go out and do what I'm asked to do and really dial in, I feel like I'll put myself in a good position. Um, but I think it's a lot more than just throwing the ball. Like I said, I think it's, how well can you lead the team? Are you accountable? Do you do the right things off the field? So I think it's really just the lifestyle of being the quarterback, especially at a school like this. So it's definitely a loaded question, but, it's going to take a lot.
Do you feel like somebody's watching you every move you make now? If you follow my meaning, somebody's perusing
Hmm.
or analyzing what you're all about and stuff almost 24/7. What does it feel like, I guess, to be in this bubble?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I feel like there's people on top of me, watching every move. But I definitely see what you're saying. I feel like there'll be criticism in whatever you do and whatever decision you make. But I feel like the biggest thing is just doing what you feel is right and what you feel is good for you and your development and what's best for the team ultimately. So
All right, with Marvin, obviously everyone's kind of figuring out what you knew for a couple of years
yeah,
before he
exactly.
played. Where you, no one knows better about him than you do. Have
Hmm.
you been surprised at like the leap that he took from the day you guys got here to now?
Not at all. I mean, I was trying to tell people from sophomore year that he was the real deal, and then everyone would write it off because I'm his quarterback, and of course I would say that. But I mean, Marvin's the real deal. He's as good as they get, and I think people are just realizing now what I've known for 4 years. So he's going to be an unbelievable college player, and then he's obviously going to play in the league. So I'm really excited for his future, and he's one of the hardest workers I know. So it's not a surprise to me to see the fact that he had a great spring and he's put himself in a great position for the season.
Carl, what role is Coach Dennis playing right now in helping you guys with what I was talking about before, like kind of the mental side of things, maybe things between practice as much as what goes on at practice? Like, what's
Yeah.
his role in that sense?
Yeah, Coach Dennis has been great. I came in, like I said, in January, and he's just been, a helping hand along the way, helping me learn the offense and ease into just the college lifestyle. Um, and he's been great. I mean, he knows the offense as well as anybody. I don't know how many years he's been here, but it's up there. So he knows the offense like the back of his hand, and he's helped me out a lot along the way. And I think a large part of my development goes to him.
Kyle, CJ said he's put on about 20 pounds in the last few months. I'm wondering what kind of gains you've made physically and
Hmm.
anything that might help you with camp.
Right. Yeah. So I came in around like 208, 209, and right now I'm sitting at like 219, 220. So about 10 pounds.
How do you think that's going to help you as you get ready for your first college camp?
Yeah, I think that that's big for me. And like I said, just trying to get my body to the best place to withstand a season. And I felt like I did a great job this off season of lifting hard and getting more flexible and running and all that. So I felt like my body's feeling the best that it's ever felt, and I feel like I'm in a good position to go into the season.
Is leadership something you can learn and develop? Were you born with it? Is it a combination? Have you used any tools,
Hmm.
videos, books that have helped you?
Yeah, I think leadership is definitely a little bit of both. I think you're I wouldn't say a natural born leader, but I think you're definitely born with some leadership qualities, and I think it's a skill you have to work at. Coming in and to a program like this, and playing quarterback, I think you naturally have to lead. And then I think the biggest thing is just putting yourself in the position where guys will believe what you say. And I think, preaching what you are saying to the team, I think is only as effective as it is if you work at it. So I think if you show the guys that you're about it and you really work hard, then I think they start to buy in. And I've had some some really good people in my life that have helped me out with leadership and just given me little tidbits here and there. Yeah, exactly.
Kyle, it's been a long time since a true freshman started or has.
Hmm.
How ready do you think you are to be?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every single day I'm making a step in the right direction and putting myself in the best position to do that. Um, but honestly, you'd have to ask Coach Day. I feel like I put a lot of work into this off season, physically, mentally, to put myself in the best position possible. But at the end of the day, I guess we'll see. I could stand up here and say, I feel great, but I guess we'll see once the pads come out and we go out there.
How excited are you for camp?
Really excited, really excited. I feel like I'm in a much different position mentally in the spring than I am now. I feel like I'm really then play loose this camp, and I wouldn't say I was able to do that in the spring, but the spring was a big learning period, I'd say, for me.
Kyle, I saw today
Last
that
question here.
you signed with an agent for NIL.
Hmm.
Just curious, what's that process been like so far, lining up NIL?
Yeah, I signed with Vanner Sports, AJ Vanderchuk, and he's been a guy that's been a great guy to me. I mean, even outside of the sports world, since like sophomore year of high school, I've had a good relationship with him. And then once NIL came official, we had a really good conversation. We met, and Jackson actually signed with him as well. And so I felt like we had a great conversation. We were in the same place and shared some similar ideas. So, it just felt right, and I went ahead and signed with him.
Anything particular like you're working on so far in terms of endorsements?
Not yet, nothing crazy. I mean, he told me a few of the ideas that he had and some of the opportunities that have reached out to him about signing, but nothing yet, nothing official. Just taking it slow.
Nick Saban says Bryce Young could be worth $1 million. I mean, endorsement-wise, even this year.
Hmm.
You see that opportunity out there for whoever gets named the starting quarterback here.
Yeah, right. I mean, being the quarterback at Ohio State, I don't think there's a better opportunity than that. So I feel like, it would be a great opportunity. And like you said, Nick Saban, I saw that comment, and I mean, that's crazy to think that 18, 19-year-old kid could have that much money. But I guess that's just the new era of college football.
Kyle, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.